Welcome to another episode of Sudrian Spotlight. This time we are looking at another of the Woolwich N-Class kit builds, but this version is a prairie rather than a mogul. As described in the episode about number 403 Thorkel, the NWR purchased several SECR designed N-Class kits after the Great War in order to help solve a motive power crisis. These kits were assembled at Crovansgate Works. 3 of the locos were built as tank locos for working commuter services, with 5 becoming tender locos. The conversion of the moguls into tank engines is based on the real-life use of several N-Class kits to build the Metropolitan K-Class 264 tank engines, as well as the prototype for the 3-cylinder Southern Railway W-Class. Back upon the Northwestern, it quickly became apparent that the fuel capacity of the 262 was restrictive, and the locos were limited to working commuter services between Norrumby and Barrow for most of their lives. Despite the limited distance, it was common practice for a loaded coal wagon to be kept in the head shunt at Norrumby to allow topping up during the day. All the Woolworths, as they were nicknamed, were named after important figures in Sudrian history. Sigrid of Arlesdale was the daughter of Ulf, who was one of Thorkel's trusted lieutenants. The Sigrid saga calls Sigrid a lady wise and brave, more skilled with sword and bow than many a man, a worthy helpmate to her valiant lord. It goes on to describe how, following Orm's death while defending Augsburg against Norman assault in 1094, Sigrid finally defeated the invaders by a brilliant rearguard action at Casny-Horwin. Sigrid, as a widow, ruled Arlesdale wisely and well for 20 years, restoring the devastation wrought by the Normans, and building a church of stone in thanksgiving to God and St. Machen, wherein she placed a memorial to her husband, Orm. Sigrid died much mourned in 1114. This little tale was taken from The Island of Sodor, Its People, History and Railways by Reverend Awdry and George Awdry. Moving on to the model, Sigrid was originally a static model made to test out the concept of converting an N-Class mogul into a tank engine. The boiler was from a Great British Locomotives N-Class, and a Hornby Fowler 4P provided the bunker and tanks, which were cut and shut to give the size and shape I wanted, and to distinguish itself from the LMS design. I wanted to retain the extended tanks as seen on the E2 as a sort of in-house NWR trademark, but the bunker was reduced in height so that it matched the tanks. Later on, I used the chassis from a play-worn Bachmann N-Class to motorise the model, which actually turned out to be much harder than if I'd just used the Bachmann model to begin with, as the GBL model was never intended to be motorised, and the plastic they use in the body is very difficult to work with. It doesn't glue easily and it's very thick, requiring a lot of work inside to make room for the motor. I do plan to make the other 2 class members and have the parts in stock. It's my intention to build the final conversion as a 264 tank to allow for a larger bunker with more coal capacity. As always, Fox Transfers supplied the lettering and lining, and Narrow Planet the name and number plates. I just need some coaches for it now. I hope you enjoyed this micro episode of Sudrian Spotlight. There's a lot more being built on the workbench, including some exciting Northwestern projects. So please do subscribe to see more. Thanks again, and I hope to be back with more Sudrian Spotlight soon.